We're back, guys. We cut the conversation short, and what the hell were we talking about again? I've already forgotten.
I don't know.
Stuff. Things. How much Jason Todd sucks.
He really does suck. He's overused.
He does get like very whiny. Actually, I stopped reading said Red Hood and the Outlaws. Actually, I changed it. Actually stopped reading it because I actually changed the artist. I don't know about you. Like when I read comics, I actually read them primarily for the artwork. I really like comics that just have like cool, kind of like very original kind of looking artwork. And so like because comics change their artists quite frequently, I'll generally just like stop or start reading a series purely based on the artwork. Do you do that, or are you just really there for the story and nothing else?
I'll do that for the Sonic comics quite a bit, especially during the Mega Man and Sonic crossover. They swap between like 3 different artists the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, that'd be annoying. So, yeah, I stopped mainly for the artwork because they did change like this. They had this really cool artist. They changed to someone who was much, in my opinion, poorer quality. But also the story, like Jason Todd, he does really just like act like the bad boy loner, just way too hard.
Do you even know?
He's more brooding than Batman, which is saying
he
something.
does. He actually broods harder than Batman does, which is pretty impressive.
The games he used to play. This is mercy compared to what he put me through.
Though, you do know that he's referenced in both City and Asylum, right?
It's been a while since I played both those games, so you want to refresh my memory?
City, I can't remember the reference, but in Asylum, Joker talks about, hey, you're already running around the rooftops with another sidekick.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So again, I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I still haven't twigged on the fact that like that big cone of vision coming out of his gun is like the only indication of where his vision is actually at.
I finally get to see you.
Well, you wouldn't expect that because, well, the developers who made this game.
Anyway, moving on. So yeah, well, you're actually kind of right. It is like kind of weird because up until this point, I think it's been fairly logical. This is a very video game kind of logic thing. And I say video game logic like, you know, when you look at the games like Silent Hill 2, where it's like, stick your hand in a toilet to get a key. You know, you would only ever do that in a video game. And by the same token, you would only ever expect that Todd would, you know, be able to fucking see you if you're standing in front of his face. You wouldn't expect his vision to be limited to a cone.
Yeah, the only other time that we see this happen is with the snipers in this series.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's like I guess kind of sad my experience a little. As I said, I was overthinking it. It's just I literally can see it. I walk up here, have a conversation with Gordon while he's doing this, and then just casually walk over here and beat his face in.
Jason,
You think it's gonna be this epic boss fight, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly. You think it's going to be this epic boss fight, and it's not, because this is really it. It's broken into 4 stages, 4 different rooms, where you have to repeat the same trick over and over again under different circumstances, which is, I wouldn't even call that a boss fight. I'd call that like a combat puzzle.
Not even a combat puzzle, it's hide and seek.
There.
Yeah. So, I don't know, like, considering that they've been building up the Arkham Knight for this entire game. You know, who is he? What's his purpose? What's his mission? What's his connection to Batman? This is, to me, is a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, I kind of hoped that Jason Todd wouldn't be the Arkham Knight after they announced the Under the Red Hood DLC. Because I'm like, okay, how are they going to have both the Red Hood and Jason Todd as the Arkham Knight?
Oh, check this out. Best glitch in the world. Best glitch in the world. I broke the freaking game. Batman, what are you doing? Batman, stop.
He's practicing the infinite Knuckles jump glitch.
That's right, Batman soon appearing in Sonic Boom. Rise of the Red Hood.
Well, he's already voiced by Roger Craig Smith in Origins, so that's the voice of Sonic.
Illuminati confirmed. And dead. Because there's nothing awkward about that.
The best part about dying is the ragdoll physics, though.
This is justice. This is.
And by this point, I'm just like literally when I'm doing this playthrough, I'm just like, shut up, Red Hood. Nobody cares.
And that's the hard part of, well, that's the hard part about writing for Jason Todd is that no one cares. It's been done so many times that you kind of can expect it.
Well, as you pointed out, I mean, you know, he's brooding hard on the Batman. You know, Batman already has that covered pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, he's just being more edgy.
Out of the edge.
Which is kind of hilarious to think that because of how polygonal his suit is.
He's got the black and red thing going on. It could, you know, there could be that link to Shadow the Hedgehog. So this is the second stage of the fight, where essentially now we've just been given exactly the same, you know, puzzle that we got given in the first place, but now we have to take care of guards first.
Forget Scarecrow, boys. I say
I'm still trying to understand how that works.
It's kind of like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Terminator 3, where the Terminatrix would like just stab a car with her finger and it would like be something under her control.
Yeah, that was weird.
Cars do not work that way.
Cars may have an onboard computer, but it does not work like that.
It does not let you steer them by remote.
Remember what I taught you, men. He's just a man.
Maybe in 10 years, but not right now.
What kind of Google Drive shit do you think this is? So once again, my shit got foiled by the escalator as well there. That escalator is actually the final boss of the game, for the record.
It's more of an annoyance than the Arkham Knight is, so...
It's more of a formidable opponent, the Arkham Knight. And I found a corner.
Okay.
He just goes, "Take that corner, eat justice."
And you're recording this on the Xbox One, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I think part of the reason I did this was I actually played it when I was very tired and hadn't played it for a long time, so I was just messing up the combat left and right.
That's understandable. You don't typically play a game at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the Xbox One, just to go off on a different game for the moment, have you heard, I've actually found, I don't know if anyone else has actually mentioned this, I've actually found this really interesting, well not even interesting, it's just really weird, glitch playing Metal Gear Solid 5 on the Xbox One, that if you disconnect the controller at any point during playing the game on Metal Gear Solid 5, and then reconnect it, you actually lose control of the game. You can still get out of the game and like navigate around menus and such, but if you try to go in the game, controls are completely unresponsive until you restart the game.
Okay, I will keep that in mind whenever I record that game.
I don't know if anyone else gets this, I haven't seen it anywhere else, but I can do it consistently. Just unplug the controller, lose control of the game.
Have you seen the bug with the online mode?
No, you know what? I actually have online mode turned off in that game because I'm just like, you know, I'm old school. I've been playing Metal Gear since the Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1, so I'm just like, I don't need this online bullshit in my Metal Gear game. I'm gonna play it offline.
Jason will spot me.
The only thing I like about it is the fact that once you build your first FOB, basically that's like another 40 members that can be in all of your units.
Yeah, I actually did connect to online long enough to build said FOB. FOB. But as soon as I did, it's like, now people can attack your base, you can attack people's bases and steal their troops. It's like, why would you... Explain to me why you would actually want to go and steal people's, troops, considering that every single time you finish a mission, you get a shitload of troops for free anyway.
Jason will see me coming.
I don't know, I guess they have that Dark Souls mentality, which is not needed for the Metal Gear Solid series, but eh.
Yeah, pretty much. I just don't see the point. I don't need like the frustration of like getting messages in the middle of my game saying that someone's attacking my base or something like that, or trying to manage base defenses and whatnot.
I need to get
well, the best thing that you can do for that is just send all your troublemakers out to the FOBs.
This is what you get for disobeying me.
I was just a kid. Turn me
So
into
now we gotta try and sneak in here and punch him in the face again. He's still doing like you. Well, there's the link right there. It's like that current vision is very Metal Gear Solid-esque.
Yeah. It's sad that this turned out to be such a poor boss fight.
It is. It really is. It's a disappointment considering how much they're hyping it up, which means I mean, no spoilers, but I'm not really looking forward to like the boss fight with Scarecrow if this is what we got for Red Hood.
Well, Scarecrow, I'm not expecting to do much of anything because, as I said before, in Asylum, he was only there to show, hey, we're using the Unreal Engine.
They do use it very well.
Just like how,
but yeah.
yeah.
Now this part of the game frustrated me no fucking end because I don't know whether it was me being tired or whether this is just kind of poor design on their part, but basically you have 30 seconds to get out of this room before it gets flooded with gas, which kind of comes out of the fucking blue for the record. And like you can see on the left hand side of the screen right here, there's a tiny reticule which is pointing to a vent to get out of the room. I didn't see that because it's not really any different to like any of the other indicators on the screen. I kind of panicked a little bit. I'm like, I have 30 seconds to get out of here. As you can see, I just fucking died. So you can actually see, I'm going to speed up time here, but I actually went through a sequence several times to try and figure out where the fuck that vent was.
Let's go. I'm original. You kinda sloppy. Think you can beat me? Try and stop me. You wanna beat me? You trying to copy? But the only beat you gonna get is beat by me. I got the whole pie. You want a piece of this? Show me anybody's ass and I'll beat it quick. I'm going in. I'm going hard. I'll finish anything, even stuff I don't start. The games begin. Run, tell your friends I came to win. I came to Round two, ding ding, I'm breaking neck with one swing. That ain't the worst of. I draw first blood. Somebody take him to the doctor, get him nursed up. I don't play to lose, I play to win. But if I do, we'll play it again. I'm going nuts, cashews. Hit him with them combos like fast food. The games begin. Run, tell your friends I came to win. I came to you didn't hurt me, it's just a scuff mark. You got your ass handed to you, I tore you apart. Don't get up so quick, you'll get blindsided. This is my house, and you're not invited. You think you win it, don't get too excited. I'm bringing fire to the flame and I'm about to light it. Let me at him, beat him up and pound him. I run circles around him and like beef I ground him. Man, why you scared? Now you lost for words. Got kicked to the curb, you got a lot of nerve. Yeah, he tried to run, but didn't get far. I broke your jaw, now you.
And there was an edit just there as well. It was a lot smoother. Did you see it?
That was smoother.
Thank you.
Take a little pain,
Oh
Batman.
my.
I learned from the
About a 3-frame edit.
but you can't hurt. Can't see.
Because actually, I died straight after getting off this. I forget what it was. I had to edit it out because I just basically jump off this pedestal where I am now and just straight up died. So fuck it.
Batman.
But again, like just more of the same now with just more bad guys. So again, it's just like not really. I mean, you spend the entire game knocking out thugs. Why do I need to have it as part of my boss fight?
Because that's in just about every boss fight now.
That's my point. Is that like this style of boss fight where it's like, hang on, let me take a break from beating on the boss to fight a wave of enemies has been done to death in a lot of games. So it's kind of surprising that Rocksteady would put it in this.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people were complaining about the final boss in Arkham Asylum. It's Joker plus mooks.
Yeah, exactly. So, and even like back to Arkham Asylum, it was you would fight Joker for one phase and then get away with baddies, and fight him for a second phase and get away with baddies.
Yeah, and it's even worse with Bane in that game because, well, you're fighting Bane with mooks and you can make him slap the mooks around for you.
Yeah, true, exactly. So, it's just like I know it sounds like I'm whining a lot about this game, but it's only because I hold Rockstar to a very high standard because of what they've done in the past.
It's hard to finish a trilogy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't hold that against them. As you said, it is very hard to finish a trilogy. But by the same token, like I said, they've set such a high bar in the past. When they do fail to clear it, sometimes it's probably more obvious than it would be for other developers.
Yeah. But it's over with now. We won't get another one. Hopefully.
I think I heard you guys. You're talking about that you wanted them to work on LA Noire. Like, it's like if you get to choose what kind of project you want them to work on next, you get them to work on LA Noire.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they do a good job with it because they know how to do the tone for games.
Yeah, I don't know.
The drone sensors are
Honestly, I played LA Noire. I didn't get it. I didn't. You know, everyone was saying like it's amazing. I played it. I didn't really see the attraction of it, but that's just kind of me, I guess. That's more a personal thing that I just don't. I don't like kind of that sort of period of history. I don't like playing games that's generally I don't like playing games that are set in the past. Like I've heard the question posed, it's like, would you prefer wizards or lasers? And I generally always choose
We need to get
lasers.
directly under this vantage point to take him down.
Yeah, it's to each his own, really.
Yeah. So I think like the big draw card of LA Noire was the fact that, like, obviously there was like the facial animation and whatnot, the interrogations and things like that. But that was only half of it. Like the other half was the fact that they created this incredibly in-depth version of LA in the 40s, and that to me wasn't like that part wasn't very interesting at all personally. But that, again, that's just me, so I don't really begrudge people who feel otherwise.
You just have to have that mentality for it.
Yeah, true. Personally, I don't know what I get them to work on next. I mean, they've done such a great job with this. I mean, they could pretty much do anything and just really fucking excel at it, I think.
Hopefully.
As long as it's not like Bungie where they went from making Halo to Destiny.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I want to say the biggest issue with AAA developers nowadays is that they have all these great, amazing IPs and all, and they give the development team as much freedom as they want. But now they're just tacking on microtransactions and pointless DLC.
Yeah, and I've talked with Ryan, with Nairman in the Cobalt Enabled a lot about this, and I sympathize with the developers to a degree, because I understand that obviously to make a game like this, I don't even want to think about how much money it costs to make a game like this, where there's just that much.
Let's go. I'm original. You kinda sloppy. Think you can beat me? Try and stop me. You wanna beat me? You trying to copy? But the only beat you gonna get is beat by me. I got the whole pie. You want a piece of this? Show me anybody's ass and I'll beat it quick. I'm going in. I'm going hard. I finish anything, even stuff I don't.
They can recoup their costs and make a profit somehow. So that's on the one hand, but on the other hand, as you said, there's the right way to do DLC and there's the wrong way to do DLC. Very anemic, it's very weak, it's very bland, uninteresting kind of stuff compared to the rest of the game.
The Red Hood DLC, the cutscenes are longer than the whole entire DLC, really. If you know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the kind of the problem with Harley Quinn. I mean, Harley Quinn was over in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You did this to me.
I'm sorry.
You left me to rot in that abandoned wing of Arkham for over a year. With him.
It's not too late.
So is it the case in the comics that this scene kind of plays out in the comics, but Todd decides not to kill Batman for whatever reason?
Alfred, it's...
I think he
I found
tries
Jason.
not to kill him, but then
Excuse me,
Joker
sir.
comes in and
I
beats him
must have
with a
misheard you.
crowbar
For a
once
moment,
again,
I thought you said that
and
you-
starts beating the
Again?
crap out of Batman, and of
You
course
heard right.
Todd's like, "Oh no, you're not gonna kill him before I do."
No,
It's like Dragon Ball Abridged where he's like, mine.
But that was just in one incarnation. This has been done so many times.
Yeah, true. So, yes, he's going.
Guess that's the end of the Arkham Knight.
He disappeared. So that's what that
Just
feels
needs
like.
hope, you know. Bless him. Where better to drive a man crazy than in the madhouse?
I kind of find it funny that, like,
Oh,
when
I
Joker says
miss
things
that
like,
place, don't
he chose that name himself.
knows?
My
Maybe
first
we'll
thought
end
is,
up
like,
back
well,
there
considering
one
that you're a
day,
figment
eh?
of Batman's imagination, wouldn't Batman already know that?
The real question is, how is Batman having all these hallucinations of Joker, where it's actually Joker? They're making it seem like
Get up to the roof. Scarecrow's
Joker's
there.
soul has been inputted
What
into
happened?
Batman.
I went after
Yeah, exactly.
Crane.
It's
Got
they're
caught.
running very close to blurring
Jim,
that line where it's like,
sorry
is this a
about
hallucination
Barbara.
or is that a ghost?
Don't. Let's just get this
Yeah,
over
because he
with.
didn't know how Jason died, and yet it showed him seeing how Jason died and all that, and what went on.
Well, he does mention very brief. It's kind of mentioned as an aside there, like just before like when Jason reveals himself. He says like, how you were alive. Joker sent me the tape, and I assume that's how he knows that Jason was dead.
Yeah, but you could quite clearly see whenever Joker was recording, and there were a lot of times that he wasn't.
Yeah, true. But and again, you can just argue that was his hallucination, but yeah, whatever. It's like I said, it's a blurry line as to how much they can get away with on this kind of thing.
It's to tell stories to the player, not necessarily to Batman.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of very odd as well, because like, okay, I just got through a boss fight with fighting several waves of mooks, so why am I getting another one after finishing the boss fight? Like, straight up for no reason, this just feels like there's some corruption. Oh my god, it's corrupting fucking terribly. God, game, come back to us, please. Why? That's the end of it. We've reached the end of the DLC. Thank you very much for helping me out with this, Blaze. If people want to find you, where can they do it?
You could find me at, well, the Calamity Crew at YouTube.
Okay, well, Google Calamity Crew, check them out on YouTube. They have some fun Let's Plays. They're doing Arkham City right now, so check that out. And I will see you guys in the next part, which will hopefully not be as corrupted as this.